What do you know about employment insurance? The employment insurance is a program of the Ministry of Labor, Employment and Social Solidarity. It was created in 1969 for those who have difficulty meeting their basic needs. Those people are permanent residents or asylum seekers. All their other remedies are exhausted. Also, they do not have severe constraints to employment. People on the welfare living alone are getting $648 a month, which is not a lot to survive. What we hear often about them is that they are lazy, but what you might not know is that a lot of them are doing volunteer work, for example in food banks. Some of them have the role of caregiver for a family member or are taking care of young kids. What you also have to think about is the discrimination of the labor market. For example, it's a lot harder to get a job if you're fat, if you don't speak well French, or if you are less educated. The welfare program also makes classification of the suit versus the inapte to employment. Another thing that we hear a lot about people on welfare is that they drink and smoke their money. The alcohol and excessive drug use among the rich, 25%, is higher than among the poorest, which is 13.3%. This affects all social classes. But seriously, maybe it's addressing on the evils of poverty. Another prejudice about people on welfare is that they're dirty. With $648 a month, it's difficult to cover basic needs. Also, some unexpected things might happen during the month. If you have $5 in your pocket for a week, what will you choose? To feed you or to buy soap? Finally, another thing we hear a lot is that they're fraudsters. Yes, some of them work with the black market, but maybe it's the fault of the employers. Also, the surplus paid must be refunded on the next check. Did you know that the tax evasion could cover the entire welfare budget for a year? Thank you for listening to me.
Do you know that 33% of the population of the Quebec are living with disabilities? It is not easy for them to have access to public transport and some public places. Do you know that the Metro of Montreal just have 11 elevators? They also don't go to every lines. Elevators in Berry-UQAM just give access to the orange line and they don't go down to the green and yellow lines. A station like Place des Arts and Jean Drapeau have a lot of cultural events that are organized across the station. But for people in wheelchair, is it impossible to be attended because they don't have elevators? It will cost them an arm to have somebody help them to went and attend the event with them. Also, it is not in each situation that we have some elevators. If you have a reduced mobilities, old bones, back, or even a shoulder, simple chairs can be a problem to solve. For people in wheelchair, it is far too many times difficult to going out. A little stairs or step from a restaurant, a movie theater, or shop can be impossible to pass over alone. Marianne Ziv, a woman from Toronto with reduced mobility who has to live with an electric wheelchair, created an application named Access Now. Her application can locate where you are and give you some information and rate from other users who have commented the accessibility of the place. We can find in the common extension of the building information about the accessibility to enter the place, information about if they have a toilet big enough, information if you have to take stairs to access to it, and information if it's easy to move in the environment. We don't realize how much it's difficult for them to go to any cultural activities. They are all adapted for people with a normal health. Even in 2018, a lot of public places don't respond to the criteria of building code. All construction who were built before 1976 don't have access for everyone because if the building was created before the application of the law, they are not forced to change their infrastructure. Her society and all others around the world must put more interest to their accessibility for every place in their country. This change will bring some improvements that will be a definitive change in a possible way in their society.